Hey everybody, welcome to Dad Talk. Today we are live at Turning Point in Tampa, Florida, and I am here with Mr. Mario Balaban. Mario, what's going on?
It's going well. James just went on stage. We just launched our latest insider, David Johnson from Hasbro. Did you see that speech?
I did not.
So, this is the first time we've ever done that. We always bring our insiders to the speech. Carrie Porch from CNN, Zach Voorhees from Google, April Moss from CBS. Today, the first time we put out a story while James was on stage. Hasbro insider David Johnson is a young African-American, brilliant guy. He came to us, showed us a video of training of an organization called Conscious Kids. They're training Hasbro employees about how 3 month-year-old kids, 5 months, 6 months, are inherently racist.
And
how that has to impact, and how that has to be reflected on toy product marketing and distribution.
Wow.
So he showed us the video training. It's Conscious Kids. You can look them up. They have millions of followers on Instagram, Conscious Kids. So they're very upfront with what they do. It's just shocking that Hasbro is employing them to work with them on toys. They're training them, right? They're saying 5-year-olds are just as racist as their parents, things like that. And he was so sickened by it, this critical race theory ideology. He came to us with the video, and then he went public, and then we brought him on stage as James was speaking as the last closing speaker. So it was really powerful moment.
In case I didn't say it in the beginning, Mario is with Project Veritas. They work on lots of cases. This is just one case out of many that you guys have been working on. And some of the stuff that you've been coming up with, man, and uncovering, it's mind-blowing. It really is. Tell us about some of the other things that you've been. I know you got a lot coming out against big tech, which we're no stranger to. We have faced major censorship on the platform since we've got conservative voices. We had Ted Nugent on not long ago. We got smacked on the hand for that. We got smacked for talking to Kevin Sorbo, which is completely ridiculous. But what's some more of those things that are going on right now behind the scenes?
So
Mario?
Big tech has always been something we've investigated. We started investigating them back in 2017, 18 time when we exposed Twitter. The term shadow banning comes from a Project Veritas investigation. When we filmed someone, an engineer at Twitter, saying that shadow banning exists. He said that. That's when the word shadow banning came into the sphere of President Trump mentions the word shadow banning constantly when he talks about big tech. That came from Project Veritas. So that's when we got started. Since then, we've had several whistleblowers across Facebook, Google, come to us, even Twitter, Salesforce. Even people don't even think about that, but Salesforce is a massive tech company in Silicon Valley. They're not social media, but they're a massive tech company. And they're sending us videos of Mark Zuckerberg. They're sending videos of Jack Dorsey to us. So we published that. And just this year, we probably did 4 stories on Facebook alone. The biggest one recently was a man by the name of Morgan Kamen, who's a data center technician in Facebook, showed how Facebook had its algorithms to censor any vaccine hesitancy, is what they called it. Yeah. And in those documents, it says, even if the information is true or accurate or true, you censor it. If people are hesitant to take vaccine, even if the information is true, you got to demote that comment. Make sure that people don't get to see that comment up on the top of the post.
What are some of the dangers that come along with that censorship, Mario?
It's our basic rights. It's our First Amendment rights to express our ideas, and more importantly on this end is access to information.
That's right.
Why can't people actually know what they're doing? People can't see what they're going to be taking and putting in their own bodies. What point are we getting to the country where people, the medicine and science is all about debate. Scientists and doctors disagree constantly with each other. Right. There's no guaranteed consensus on everything in science. People think that science is consensus. There's not a consensus. If we get to consensus, it means there was an actual debate to get to that consensus. If you're shutting down debate before there's even sort of anything happening to get to that point, you're never going to get to the truth. So that's the real danger in that sense.
And the scary thing too is that everybody knows that censorship exists. Everyone knows about the shadow banning.
Right.
That has gone viral. And the scary thing is that there's a segment of the population saying, no, if it's for the good of the country, it's for the welfare of everyone, it's the greater good. Yet it's the premise of our country is freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, freedom of thought. That's totally under attack. Right. So, and it seems like Project Veritas has more so been embraced by the right and sort of villainized by the left. Yet, you guys, all you're doing is getting the truth out there. Right. Why do you think that is? Why is there such a polarization when it comes to Project Veritas with the parties?
So it's interesting. When if the media, if we were exposing the NRA every day or any organization like that, the media would sing our tune. Oh, they're great.
Yes,
but now that we
yes.
don't do that, we actually do their jobs for them, actually. But
You do.
since we don't do, the organizations that they prefer to target, then undercover techniques are terrible and they deceptively. So it's all about. It's not about what we do. It's about who we do it to.
That's right.
That's what matters. So it's to your point of left and right. We're a nonpartisan organization.
Exactly.
Of course, we've been branded. All sorts.
Yes.
You've been branded. You've been branded. We've been branded.
That's right.
It's what we're used to, right? That's what the left is good at. They're good at branding people. So we just did a story on Fox 26, on Fox News from Houston. An insider came to us. We would never say, tell someone, oh, you come from this place, therefore your story doesn't matter. Oh, you're a whistleblower from here, but we don't do that. That doesn't work. We've exposed Republicans. One of our biggest stories, voter fraud stories, in 2020 was in Texas. A woman by the name of Raquel Rodriguez, talking about thousands of ballots that she was harvesting and taking from people and all that stuff. Who was she working for? A guy who was running for Congress, Mauro Garza, Republican. Another point in New Hampshire last year, a man by the name of Vincent Marzello voted twice. The New York Attorney General's office had his file for months, knew that he did it, was all basically set in stone, never took action. We went there to New Hampshire, recorded Marzello actually admitting on camera, I voted twice. Finally, you have all the evidence, but then we actually got the video of the guy telling you, yeah, I did vote twice in the election. And then we called the New Hampshire Attorney General's office, like, you have this file for 8 months. What is this? Guess what? That guy is a Republican. That guy was appointed by the governor.
That's right, guys.
He was a Republican Attorney General. And he told us, you guys are right, and we're very sorry. We're going to change how we do voter fraud investigations in our office. So we don't care who's in power. If you're committing fraud, you're being corrupt, we will expose you. We don't care what party affiliation you have.
Another amazing thing you guys are doing is you're doing lawfare, and you have to do that. You guys are fighting back. I think the first time in 60 years that the lawsuit has against the New York Times actually got past this motion to dismiss.
Yes.
And so there's lawyers speaking here, but that's a huge thing in the
It's a big deal.
where the courts are recognizing, look, you can't do this. You can't just defame somebody and bash somebody, tell blatant lies. There is some responsibility behind that. So talk about the litigation side, because I know that you guys are funding lawsuits.
Yes, so Project Veritas is a very interesting trajectory, right? James started off as an undercover a journalism organization, which we still are.
Yeah.
Then in 2019, we became this hub for whistleblowers to come from within. We don't just record people as our journalists, now we have people come to us with information. This year we changed, and that was inspired on a New York Times lawsuit. To give you context, at the end of 2020, we did our biggest story on voter fraud in Minnesota. Liban Mohammed talking about ballots in this car, bragging. Everyone saw those videos. 30 million views plus across platforms. New York Times said, "No, this story's too powerful. We have to kill it.
Yep.
We have to step in. It's too much attention to this." So they come up with this bogus headline that we were a coordinated disinformation campaign. That was their headline. Project Veritas, a coordinated disinformation campaign, releases deceptive video, misleading video.
Yep.
And they call us deceptive, misleading, disinformation, every adjective you can imagine in the book.
Yeah.
And we said, no, you got to change that. You got to retract it. We have our wall of shame, I'm sure you're familiar with. You're going to retract. No, they refused. They knew too much pride, and they don't want to be in wall. New York Times does not want to land in the wall of shame. They know it's too embarrassing for them. So they know, we're not going to do it. Well, we're going to sue you. So we sued them, and in March we like you said, beat them in motion to dismiss.
Yeah.
That's a historic win. That's having a handful of people in 50 years.
It's huge.
A handful. Maybe 5 or less people in 50 years that's happened with the New York Times.
Yeah.
And, since then, we said, we're going to start the best way to expose them. We really don't sue people because for the profit motive. We want to put them on the chair.
That's right.
Depose them under oath. Make them raise their hand and answer questions and film it and then release those videos. That's a new form of journalism right there.
There you go.
That's our brand. We're going to record you under oath where you can't lie and ask questions that you have to answer. So we're going to do that to New York Times, and now we created our branch, PV Legal, that will now be doing that. We're suing CNN. That's the same goal. We're suing Twitter. That's also happening. And we're also opening up to the public. If you come to us and you've been defamed by a mainstream media outlet or a big tech or anything like that, come to us. We'll evaluate it. We might take up your case. So, and we will get them deposed and sit down and under oath. So that's our goal.
Mario, tell them where they can reach out to you if they got some of this information and want to bring it to your attention.
If you have been defamed, come to us. Email us at pvlegal@projectveritas.com. You can also visit our website. We have a hub for insiders, whistleblowers to go there. You can email there as well for veritastips@protonmail.com if you want to be an insider. So I would encourage you to visit our website. Everything you want to see, our videos, our stories, be an insider if you want to, PV legal, anything like that, go to our website. You'll find the right person to talk to. Everyone that works with us, we do read your messages. We read your messages both on email, on social media. We read your comments. We have a whole team dedicated to talking to the public, so do reach out to us.
All right. And Mario, thank you for the
so
hard
much.
work,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you. That was great.
Hey everybody, Eric Carroll here. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Dad Talk Today. While we fight for you, we would ask for you to please help fight for us. Like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell so you get notifications every time we go live. There's also super chats, patreon.com/dadtalktoday, and other ways you can support our channel. Thank you for being here, and we will see you next time.